Alright, I'm gonna show you how to do the shocks and struts on the BMW X5, but it's like this on everything. First of all, I didn't show you this because, you know, common sense. The YouTube videos make it look way too fucking complicated. So I'm gonna, you know, tighten that up a little bit. Your little plastic trim right here, take that shit off. I saved you 10 minutes of a video. 1, 2, 3. Do not loosen the middle bolt. The 3 on the outside, driver's side, same thing. I didn't even have to take that bar out. Here, here, and here. All right. I'm not gonna tell you have to take the tire off because you have good common sense. All right, they act like you gotta have a special tool and all that shit to compress that spring. It's really not hard. Set your jack stand under the car because you're gonna use your jack in a minute. First thing I do is tie off the knuckle. Main reason, it's not gonna fall on you or anything, but it'll yank on your rubber brake line. You don't want that to happen. I use a fucking dog leash. I'm gonna take off the sway bar link end, just one end, this end right here. I'm gonna pop that out. I'm gonna take off this nut right here, all the way out. Control arm is gonna come up. All right, little tip. If the sway bar won't pop right out, put your pry bar in there, you know, up against the frame. Don't put it on nothing plastic. And pry it down on the actual sway bar. See how it loosens it right up right there? Hold on. Look. It pops right out. And I did that with one hand. Get that little booger out of the way. All right. Once you get your bolt out of the upper control arm, boom, falls right out. See why that rope's there now? You don't want it to yank on there. Now, you can do either one you want first. You're gonna take this one out and this big one down here. This bracket will fall down. Don't worry, it's not under pressure. They make it seem like it's under so much pressure. I swear it's not. All right, a little black box right here. Pop that open, disconnect that. Again, you just don't want to yank it on it. Just so you know, this one right here is a 18. This one down here is a 21. This one right here was a 16 or a 5/8 worked for me. Right, I'm gonna show you how this thing's not under any pressure. Look, I pulled the bolt right out. Wiggles right around. All I'm gonna do, not even hitting it that hard. I'm focusing more on the camera. Sorry, I can't do this one-handed, but you see it's coming right off. All right, so, sorry, I just needed both hands. See, it falls right down. It'll fall right down, it'll still be in place, all that good shit. Now I'm gonna go up top, and I'm gonna undo these bolts. Now there's a possibility it might fall, but just reach one hand up under there and hold on to it. It's not that bad. These are 13mm. You don't need an impact, but it sure does make it easier to film this shit. One. I'm gonna get this one in the hole first. 2. Doesn't really matter if you drop them. The new assemblies normally come with new nuts. Then when I do my third one, I'm gonna reach my hand up under here and just grab a hold of the spring. See, that particular time it fell down, I just let it fall right down. I didn't let it go so it didn't slam. That's it. See, just fell right down. Pull that thing out of there. Not a big deal. Obviously, put it back in reverse. All right, so this is how we get it back in. Got the car sitting on the jack stand, and I'm gonna use my jack. Line this up. It'll go down in there just a little ways. And line it up with your hole on the bottom. Go ahead and get that big nut in there if you can. Oops, wrong side, my bad. And once we get that, whoops. All right, sorry, I gotta use both hands here. Set your jack right under your ball joint right there. Jack it right up into place. Hold on. Once you get it where you can get it in, get your sway bar link in first. That'll help you hold it a little bit too. Again, 1 second. All right, sway bar link's in. I'm gonna keep jacking it up. Slowly. You gotta make sure that thing goes down into the shot. The shot goes down into the sleeve, rather, my fault. I'm trying to make sure y'all can see it. Now, I want it to come down kind of flush with the bottom. I'm sorry you can't see it, but I can stick my hand in there and feel that it's flush. I saw the shock start to raise up, that's how I knew. Another way I made kind of sure that she's seated good, just a little tap with the hammer. If nothing else, for good luck. Now I'm gonna stick that one last bolt back in there. Oops. Again, I got a bad habit of putting these in from the wrong side. Now, all right, I'm gonna have to use both hands, but I'm gonna have to use my pry bar to pull this over and get it to line up with the upper ball joint. All right, guys, my bad. It's really hard to do this shit with one hand and on a camera, but you can tell if I can do it with one hand while I'm filming, you can do it too. Don't go on the ball joint, go on the arm. And once you jack it into place, you can see, I mean, I'm a little guy, I'm 145 pounds. I can squeeze that right into place, and without this phone in my hand, I'll be able to stick that, you know, get it all the way in and squeeze the nut in. Like I said, it's not that much pressure.